Okay. All right. And I believe we're live. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. And we're live on YouTube right about now. Uh, welcome to another edition of the Stay at Home Open Mic, brought to you by the Barbed Wire Open Mic series. My name is Richie Marufo, and I will be your host. And I want to thank you for joining us. I do want to remind you guys of the name Stay at Home Open Mic. I think I've seen a lot of people start to get a little bit more lax, but I think we should still be trying our best to stay at home and mitigate this. So let's do that. Let's do our parts and not, if it's not necessary, let's stay at home. We can still create from home. We can still connect. We can still collaborate. It's not perfect by any means, right? But we're here, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna survive. We're gonna adapt, evolve, transcend. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we got a cool list of performers today for you guys. If you guys are not familiar, we are part of the Barbed Wire Open Mic series. We are based out of El Paso, Texas, right here on the border next to Juarez, Mexico. And many of us come from all over the place. Of course, since this is online, we've been able to connect with people all over the place. So today's show is going to feature that as well. And so I want you guys to know these artists, hear their works, and of course, more importantly, celebrate them. Um, we can give props in many different ways. So during a live show, you would be able to clap and cheer, and it'd be a lot of fun. So since it's online, we can give props in other ways. I definitely encourage you guys to use the chat. So if you guys are part of our Zoom meeting, the chat's right there. I definitely encourage you guys to type up some nice words when people are performing, because that does go a long way. For many of us, this is like our social time of like the week, just getting to be able to hang out with people and creatives. So what else? If you're on YouTube, again, thanks for tuning in. If you're on the live stream, even cooler. Like, you're on there, you're on the spot, you're here early. I dig that. You already know what's up. So participate in the live chat as well. I'll be there monitoring. I know most of the performers are there as well, just to kind of monitor and see what people are doing. I'll give people shout outs throughout the show. So definitely say hi, make sure, let us know that you're listening. If you're, where you're listening from, let us know if that's cool. And then also, just again, give props, use emojis, give those fire emojis, those clapping emojis, those snapping emojis. Are there snapping emojis? There should be. There, you can just type in snap, 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 right? And we'll get the idea. But the idea is just, let's interact with each other. This is a nice way for us to start the week, because Mondays traditionally, I think, have been, looked down upon for whatever reason. But we can take over. We can reclaim Mondays as something that is a beautiful thing. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get things underway. Um, this past week was kind of busy for me. This past week, we've been doing some readings for the college I work for, El Paso Community College. We did a for the diversity program. We had Latinx Heritage Month reading on Wednesday, which was a lot of fun. And then on Friday, we had a literary fiesta to kick off the month of October, and we had panels and authors all throughout Friday and Saturday. So I got to host the kickoff poetry reading event. It was a lot of fun, and the reason why I bring it up, because our first performer I got to meet there, he did a really cool backyard notebook poetry reading. It was just really authentic and sincere, and I really liked that. So we're going to bring up our first performer. This is his first time at the Stay at Home Open Mic. So let's make a lot of noise. You guys kind of meet yourselves to clap for people when we introduce them and when they're done. But let's go and make some noise for Gabriel Hernandez.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure to unmute, all right?
All right. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Take it
All
away,
right.
man.
So I guess 1, 2, 3, and we're live. So hello, you guys are in my home, and right now I feel my chest bumping, my arms shaking, and it's a weird feeling. But I like it because for whatever reason I'm here. Last time I came, I brought all my chaos and weirdness, and people saw me act crazy. because I am crazy, or at least I think I'm crazy, or people say I'm crazy. You know, there's a long line of doctors. So, anyways, now I bring something else. I brought the chaos and the whatever, and now I try to be more like calm and talk about feelings and like I guess we all have our like mental battles, and I've been like going through mine, and it's been a very very weird process. But it's weird because you kind of reach a point where you start seeing like, okay, this is where it's messed up. So anyways, I'm taking up too much time. So pretty much I was saying all of that because that's what led to this. So again, I don't know what this is. I just write stuff. So I don't know if it's gonna make sense. I guess to me it makes sense. So this is called Time. Chapter 1. Time comes, time stays, time goes. Windy desert roads that lead nowhere. Heat steams from beneath, burning every step of lonely men who walk these roads, seeking what was never there, seeking and seeking and seeking. We took what we could because it was there. We were made to change to what they were so they could let us in. But we were never there. We forgot where it was. We forgot what we were. We became statues that never changed. Soon our eyes went away. Blindness and darkness is all that remain. And just like that, the chapter ends. And now we want. We want it. We want it so much and it hurts so much. Our cries were muffled by the desert winds. He'd never heard. Oh, gentle moon, no one cared. I was there. No, thank you. Be brave. You're awesome, dude. You got this, but I can't be there. And that's all we ever heard. We dreamed of wonders, laughs, warmth, feeling, comfort, cheers, and good tidings. And Christmas is coming, guys. That never came. Now the chapter ends, and I wake. On any day like today, warmed by light and chilled by the night, no new moon, not even a balloon, smile red. Sorry. Time allowed a glimpse. Time showed what was there. Nothing new, only me, battered and alone. I'm still shaking. And all that I brought, Arctic nights that never, oh, sorry, Arctic nights that never end. Frozen souls that rage with pain within. Echoes of despair that seek to inflict. The pain is there and the chapter ends. The mirror stares, whispers heard, whispers in the wind, whispers travel in silence, searching for deaf ears. Frosty winds do cease a little. Frosty winds do cease when a little light shines in. The whisper speaks. Can be this. It hurts too much. I need. Please look at me, Look at me. I'm right here. Please look at me. Please, I'm just seeing me. But I'm tired. Exhaustion comes to us all. And I think I'm done. I can't stand anymore. The cliff turns to me. Can you end it all? Can you just give in? No more pain, only bliss, and the chapter ends. In slumber, my mind peeks in. Through it all, we still stand. Can you hear me, Will? And I mean Will, like your will force, something like that. Can you hear me, Will? Can a drop give me courage? A thought drop is all I have. And I begin to run. I run and I fall. I run until I'm out of breath and I can't stop anymore. I run until it hurts so much that it doesn't hurt anymore. Run some more and you'll hear the tone and you'll want so much more. And you'll say, I think I can. And like that, the chapter ends. Suddenly, wandering thoughts make me smile. I can watch the Trailer Park Boys and laugh out loud. Ha ha ha. LOL. Remember that? You heard me right. You know Ricky from the from the Trailer Park Boys? He's so fucking cool. My life is hurt. I have no hair, so I wrote that something like that. But the thorn is there, a reminder of better times when I was alone, when I was tired. Now I know thoughts won't flow through weak men who see through tired eyes bruised by time. Now the serpent leads the way. I don't know where it is, but I know it's there because through it all, I still stand. I see me now. I hope, and I dream alone, and that's all I need. All right. Thank you.
All right, right on, Gabriel. Yeah, you did it, man. I do remember that because I was gonna make a joke because about the whole laughing thing. And I haven't seen Trailer Park Boys, but I have to add it to the never ending list of things I need to watch. But
So,
good to have you, man. Do you have any social media or projects you'd like to promote before we move on?
no, not really. Thank you, though.
Cool, man. Well, enjoy life from your little spot back there. I like your reading style, man. It's so authentic and genuine.
Thank you.
So appreciate you, especially to go first. It's hard sometimes. It's not the easiest thing to do. So yeah, come on through. We're here every week, and we got some special events planned. I'll let you guys know about that as the show goes on. But just so we can get kind of some of our East Coasters up, because as I mentioned, this is online. Even though we're Mountain Time, we do have people joining us from the East Coast, so that they're 2 hours ahead. It's a little later. I'd be getting sleepy right now, so I'm gonna try and get them on as soon as possible. And so we have one of our favorites. We have Leslie Becker joining us from Pittsburgh, and yeah, she's got the cello again. Welcome back, Leslie. Good to have you back.
Hey, you guys, good to be here. Thanks for having me as always. I have two things for you tonight. And I'm gonna swing pretty hard in opposite directions, really. I'm gonna play an elegy by the French composer Gabriel Fauré. This is a piece for cello and piano, and obviously I don't have an accompanist here, so this is just the cello part by itself. I wanted to play this as a tribute to Eugenio Sacchi, who was a cello professor from UNT, who died October 3rd. And very wonderful, wonderful cello teacher. So this is for him.
Oh man, I think we all need to take a collective breath. I think that's a standing ovation for sure. Leslie, that was amazing. Yo. Okay, like at the end though, you were hitting your lowest notes. It's crazy because it almost came out like a didgeridoo through here. Which was cool. I don't know. But lots of praise, definitely worth checking out. Thanks for joining us. Did you want to say anything else? Add more to that?
If there's enough time, I had one more song, but if not, that's okay.
We have time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do something completely different. This is an At the Drive-In cover. Wishing for satellite, driving back, moving down on the radio, laughing at the face that's bending down. And I'm all alone so far up here. My oxygen's all gone. pieces of my storm cry. And I'm all alone so far up here. And my oxygen's all gone. And I'm all alone so far up here. And my oxygen's all gone. Truly, trying to see realization. I wish I wasn't lost but not. Bitterness of the food say things that Sundays will rains.
Yeah. Absolutely
guys
fire.
hear that. I know the sound is terrible. Yeah, I wish there was something I could do
It,
about
it wasn't though. That's the thing, you know. You were so fire that it came through and everyone was jamming out. Wow, that was a nice cover at the drive-in. So shout out to the El Paso based band, right? And that was such a great cover. I know everyone. You got to go like right now when you have a chance when you're off. You got to go back and just read all the comments that everyone's adding to the chat. But Leslie, your presence is much a part of this open mic, and I can't imagine it without you now. You know, you add such a crucial element, showing us the beauty of these pieces and of creativity. So before you take off, how can people follow and support your work?
I'm on Facebook if you want to look me up on Facebook, or I play in a Latin chamber orchestra in Pittsburgh called Camerata 33. There are some videos on YouTube if you want to watch those. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I keep meaning to check those out too. Maybe tonight. I think everyone was digging it so much. We're gonna have to like take all of your segments and make like a 24/7 like Leslie plays music channel, so we can like, you know, they have the lo-fi beats to study and play to. Like we can do something like that, you know, on the B-Wobs channel. We'll make like a, I don't know. Actually, that gave me an idea. Maybe we can try something like that. Like a once this has been going for a while. That's enough content for like a 24/7 stream, like the poetry channel. Is anyone doing that? Like that'd be cool to connect with all the other like places and just like stream people performing from all over 24/7. That could be an idea. I probably shouldn't have said this online and live everywhere. That's what I get for thinking out loud. Dang it. Okay, hey, Leslie, that was awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and keep going. Just so you guys know, we're gonna our next 3 or 4 performers. So we're gonna bring up from Florida, Domo Beth. She's gonna do some poetry and some music. And while you set up, after that will be Rich Glennon, followed by Mike Sindler, and then Generalissimo Brian Franco. So those are our next performers. But we have Domo Beth back. and she's here, which means there's lots of work to be done. And the best way to do work is to focus your energy somewhere else, like an open mic. How you doing today, Dominic?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, you're right about that whole work thing. I got 3 lab reports and 4 other assignments due this week. So, yeah. So I'm here to blow off some steam from the nap I had earlier.
Well, the stage is yours. Take it away.
All right. So I know how much time I have, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna start. This is called The Smoking Poem because I never made a full title to it. So. A match lit to the sky and the world went ablaze. The atmosphere with every cigarette and puff of smoke choke futures with dreams of anarchy. Free reign for citizens, seize the day before ashes consume you and past presents become reality. Cling tight before it's all snatched away. Burnt to a crisp. Let lips open and eyes wide shut be peeled back and forced to watch while these generations smolder and scorch with repetition in its gaze. Singing live and let live while families die and cancer is absorbed in car rides so close to death. See lungs struggling to wheeze in life while you exhale demise. Bring expiration to lives, to souls, teary-eyed, holding back opinions, gagging children and people with no choice. Voice burned with every secondhand inhale. Every singed nostril hair can't hold its breath till you finish. Every cell screams as the value of life is diminished, as bones ache with anticipation. Hating is just a side effect. My ozone screams for me. She pleads for me to not join the fad, to please spread the word. Creation is killing itself. An innocent bystander cannot be a way out of responsibility. Let me live. Stop killing us. Rescue children and hope that they will not repeat our mistakes, tarnish their lungs with hope and long life expectancy. Don't rather pollinate air gaps with black matter and tarnation. Don't let Nero's ideals come to life in your choices of attic. Please put the fire out.
Yeah.
And then next, all right, the guitar comes out.
Wake up. Grab a brush, put a little makeup.
If only, right? I can't play that fast. I wish. Whew. Okay. Move that closer to me. Move the cable on. That doesn't sound too messed up. Please don't mind my suckiness. Just enjoy it. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, saw a shimmering light that grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway, heard the mission bells, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. As she lit up the candle, showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor that I heard them say, any time of year you can find it here. Okay. Mirrors on the ceiling. Woo! All right.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time I have. I just wanted to leave on a different song.
I think that's good. Let me see. I forget to check time, but that was awesome. Every time I hear that song, I feel like the singer has to like sing the guitar solo. It's so epic and iconic there. So
I cannot.
anyway, I on mute. I joined in on the bongos.
Ready for? I had a fast car.
Awesome, Domo. Hey, where can people follow and support your work?
On okay, so I have 3 Instagrams, but the one that is creative is Creatively Damo.
It's a good way to keep track.
Creative, LYDOMO, Creatively Damo.
Dig it. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, you're welcome to hang out. I know you can work. You know, you can get some work done. I guess where everyone else is doing their thing. But let's go and make some noise. And once again for Dominique, for Domo Beth, joining us from Florida. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good time. As you can see here, I brought my bongos. Anyway, let's see. Who do we have now? Maybe I'll play the bongos if someone goes on like too long. Like that would be like policy. I'll be like, and if you go too long, I'm gonna start playing bongos along. No, that might inspire a poet, and they'll just go harder, or they'll start getting into it and performing with the beat. Like, okay, maybe not that. I'll do something more annoying. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Yes, I'm always happy. Good to see him becoming part of the crew. Joining us from Bayside, New York, we have Rich Glennon in the house. Rich, how are you doing, Tocayo?
Richie, how are you, man?
I'm excellent. Good.
Personally, I would love it if you played bongos while I was reading poetry.
See, it's not a punishment. People would like delight in it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Mitch Hedberg album where he's just like doing his bit and they're playing the upright bass in the background. Like it just lends itself perfectly. So I'm gonna just do 3 very short poems and 1 short poem. The first one is a haiku. From your pungent hair, I suck out barbecue sauce like it's a snake bite. That is the haiku. This one is called One of Those Types. If a car squashed me partially, like a worm under the sneaker of a speed walker, I would be one of those injured types that lie motionless and moan, too embarrassed to scream. I've never been one to draw attention to myself, even if time is of the essence, even if I can see ribs. They'll get help. They see me. Okay. This next one is called Feeding Time. All right, feeding time. On the blanket, he kneads dough. Sounds like boots cracking snow. Purrs like a distant garbage truck. Necklace and squishy as fuck. Eyes like a possum. Gum nose of a cat. Love has not blossomed. He is just fat. Okay. And last, this is called Skydiver. All right, Skydiver. With balls like yours, you must have skydived for only 3 seconds. The testicular pull making it seem like you were stepping off a parked plane. And then cave dived for slightly longer into a gonad-shaped crater of your own making, carpeted by the sky on the opposite side of Earth, when you and your giant balls tunneled through the planet and skydived again in a different night sky, briefly, like a skateboarder on a half pipe, until finding yourself on solid ground beside Orientals, snapping photos and grazing your balls with their babies for good fortune and a long, healthy life. All right, thank you.
Right on, man. I love the imagery as always. That's some Looney Tunes imagery there at the end. I imagine Wile E. Coyote when he's hanging
Ballsy
off the edge of a
stuff.
cliff and he breaks the fourth wall, like when he looks at you. Anyway, I know you like to post a lot of your poems online, these little micro poems, and how can people follow them if they're watching on YouTube?
Yeah, just Rich Glennon on Instagram and on Tumblr, and I'll throw it up on the chat. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Thank you, Richie, for hosting and all the talent here that I've seen. It's fantastic.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I truly love everyone's like styles and voices. It is truly unique, but that's what makes it fun to me. You know, like just it's diverse, it's unique, and you have just so many different attempts at portraying something in creative ways. So yeah, I like the way I love the Zoom chat. If you guys are watching on YouTube and ever want to just join us for the Zoom session meeting, you're more than welcome to just sit in there, because sometimes we have our chats there, and that's just kind of fun to read. Sometimes when I'm hosting, I get so distracted reading it when I'm hosting on YouTube, but you can't see what I'm reading. Ha! So join the VIP club and join us at one of our Zoom sessions. Uh, And if you want to get in, it's really simple. It's really easy to do so. You can just shoot us a message on any of our social media accounts. And if you weren't here at the beginning, it's just Barbed Wire Open Mic series. You can just look that up. Barbed Wire Open Mic will show up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Shoot a message. I run it. I have my phone right here, so I'll be like answering messages and stuff. The VIP club, yeah, you guys are all VIP. All of you, even all you guys tuning in on YouTube, make sure to drop a comment and say hi. It's nice to be reading the YouTube comments. Okay, hey, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna go from Bayside, New York, to Denver, and we have our friend, Michael Sindler, in the house. And as always, he's gonna have a really cool artistic background, and he's gonna come with the words, the fire. All right, welcome back, Mike.
Hey, I think we can all agree that was some really ballsy stuff there, Rich. And to Gabrielle, I just want to say I told her so, which Richie won't get because he hasn't watched Trailer Park Boys, but those who have will. And you may remember that last week I kind of switched things up a little bit and had Lee read poem, which I thought went rather well because she reads so well. And I'm just going to do something different again this week. I'm going to just not do poetry and read a little piece of flash fiction that's part of a series that I'm doing about this nameless homeless guy who's a vet. All takes place actually within just several blocks of here. Which I live pretty much in the exact center of Denver. This is called Miracles Are Where You Find Them. He was open to what the night would bring. In the park, the sad circus of abused refuse and habitat-wielding hustlers banded into compact camps of tents, tarps, bags, and carts. They faded into a shadow village held together by the elastic adhesion of humming conversation, manic edge laughter, bursts of explosive, chaotic madness, and the soft, damp sighs of heartfelt despair. Squirrels munched on scattered scraps of discarded leftover food, not bombs, bologna, and cheese sandwiches. Crows cawed from branches, punctuating the tenuous calm. Sheila dropped down next to him, her thin, bony frame collapsing like strung chimes blown down by the wind. Her wool cap was pulled low, ear flaps resting on her shoulders, tips of wild dreads peeking out over her eyes and collar. She clutched her tattered plaid blanket tightly around her neck and pulled it up over her lap. Got a smoke? She asked, not bothering with a greeting. He had a few ends he'd picked up off the sidewalk and he was planning on rolling together, but he handed her one, leaned over and lit it for a few good drags. Sometimes that's what heaven tastes like. She drew in deeply, closed her eyes, and slowly let smoke curl out of her nostrils like the saddest little dragon in an enchanted forest. You know they let Lou out, right? Even in the half light, he could see her eyes were swollen and darting anxiously. Yeah, I heard. Some trash keeps falling out the dumpster no matter how many times it gets stuffed in. You let me know if he shows up and tries anything. She sighed, low and deep. He will, you know. He will. It's just when and where. She shook her head. Fuck it. He ain't killed me yet, and I ain't scared one way or the other. Her face looked brave, but he wasn't buying the bravado. He watched her smear tears across her dirty cheek with the back of her hand, making streaks like reverse war paint. He knew she had plenty of reason to cry. Lou was as bad as it got, not worth pissing on if he was on fire. Why they didn't keep him locked away was a mystery. Everyone suspected he ratted his way out over and over, but nobody could make him for anything solid. But no matter how bad he abused her, she could never seem to get free of him. How many times had he seen this play out to a bad end? Way too many. He heard a commotion over at the corner of Lincoln and 14th. A crowd rushed over and started to split up as soon as it formed. A couple of silhouettes ran down the street, turned up 13th, and were gone. Something told him to check it out. He asked Sheila to stay put and watch his squat. He lumbered over the diagonal path into the scurrying throng. A smattering of agitated mumblers were standing over a body splayed out on the pavement, writhing weakly and barely moaning. There was a lot of blood oozing from some seriously deep, wide knife wounds. With that much blood, there was no use for an ambulance. The dude was a goner. He'd seen too many bleed out before, and one more hardly fazed him. He stepped closer and looked down, studying the face. It was relaxed and almost peaceful in a grim, resigned way. He turned and wandered back to where Sheila was still sitting. He could see she was shivering either from the cold or fear, maybe both. He crouched down, put his hand softly on Sheila's back, and leaned in close. Darling, you don't have to worry about Lou. Not now, not ever. Her face ran through emotions, shock, disbelief, astonishment, relief, and then settled on a hysterical sadness that went on for a while as he sat silently next to her, just being there. He cleared his throat and gently squeezed her shoulder. Sheila, look at me. Just look at me. Her face turned up, twisted emotions playing over it. It's okay. It's okay. You're free, honey. You're free. Her head fell into his chest and he hugged her, feeling her convulse. He let her cry a big, soggy spot into his shirt. He reached behind and pulled a half pint of Jim Beam out of his back flap. He poured a little on the grass for the lousy departed rat and then handed her the bottle. Take miracles where you find them, he told her. She pulled down the remainder of the bourbon, threw the bottle against a tree, laid on her side, and then cried herself to sleep. He stayed up all night watching her. Come morning, he walked her up to McDonald's and spent his last $2 and change on a sausage muffin and coffee. He put it down in front of her, grabbed his pack, and before he walked off, he told her, miracles are where you find them. This morning, you're a miracle. I'll find you later. He gave her a kiss on the forehead and headed out the door. When he got back to the park, rain was starting to come down. It was washing away the blood. There may not be clean starts anymore, but at least not everything bad lasts forever. That's a miracle for sure. And do I have any time left?
Yeah, I would say so. Go for it, man.
Okay, I'm going to go all Kit on you and do a cover thing here. This is Don Van Vliet, better known as Captain Beefheart. It's called the 1010th day of the human totem pole. The 1010th day of the human totem pole, the morning was distemper gray of the 1010th day of the human totem pole. The man at the bottom was smiling. He'd just finished his breakfast smiling. It hadn't rained or manured for over 2 hours. The man at the top was starving. The pole was a horrible looking thing with all of those eyes and ears and waving hands for balance. So there was no way to get a copter in close. So everybody was starving together. The man at the top had long ago given up, but didn't have the nerve to climb down. At night, the pole would talk to itself and the chatter wasn't too good. Obviously, the pole didn't like itself. It wanted to walk. It was the summer and it was hot and balance wouldn't permit skinning to undergarments. It was an integrated pole. It was taking on a reddish brown cast. Exercise on the pole was isometric, kind of a flex and then balance. Then the highest would roll together, the ears wiggle, hands balance, and there was a gurgling and googling heard 1/10 of the way up the pole. Approaching was a small child with a Statue of Liberty doll.
Awesome.
And that'll do it for me.
Right on, Mike. Thank you once again for joining us. As always, I you know, something about having you and Rich go back to back is hits nicely, and it actually does remind me of a really good friend of mine. I hope one of these days he can make it to these online mics, but his name is Chauncey, and I felt like he would go up next in that order somehow, like in my mind, and he would always go to our open mics and poetry slams, and his style something else as well. But I really loved it. I'm glad that you're changing it up. Allowed me to, it kind of slowed it down in a way too, in a nice way. So thank you. And do you have anything you'd like to promote before we move on?
I do not. I'm just happy to be here.
All right, cool. Once again, shout out to the cool art behind you.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, if you guys are on these streams, I definitely encourage you guys to highlight any cool art that you have, or something you want to highlight. And also, I mean, it's been a long time since I've encouraged this, but you guys can, if you want to share your like, if you have like a Cash App or a PayPal account, like maybe have like a piece of paper so you can also share that after you're done performing. You never know. Sometimes people watch these, and I've gotten random tips before from people who've just watched the YouTube videos, and I had my info on there. I need to go back to my green screen. That's what I need to do.
Social security number, mother's maiden name, just the basics. Send me those.
Yeah, I already got all that from those Facebook quizzes everyone does. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking at a kid's text. Yeah, Chauncey was something else, but I'm gonna hit him up. I know he's at home these days, but sometimes it's the open mic stuff is not, if you're not in the right space, sometimes it's not for you. All right, cool. Hey, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna stop talking because I know I talk too much. Let's go ahead and bring it up. We have from Maine. We're going back to the East Coast. So we did some jumping around. We're going back to the East Coast. We're gonna bring up our friend. You know who he is. It's El Generalissimo Brian Franco. Good to have you again. This is Marufo, the Don, saying hello.
Yes, Don Marufo.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Welcome back.
First of all, I see Mr. Tez has a guitar, and I hope I get to hear that, because I've never heard him play. And I am such a big fan of Dominique. I think Don Henley would be so proud of that Hotel California, Dominique. I just want to tell you that. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 pieces. The first is brand new, and it's a really weird piece, but it sort of came out of this really weird dream. The first part of it came out of a dream that I had. And it was actually being sung by Paul McCartney in the dream, which makes no sense at all, but sometimes that happens. Okay. It's called, well, I don't really have a title for it yet, but I think I'm going to be called You Can't Blame 8-Year-Old Drew Barrymore for Forest Fires. You have to understand that. You'll hear it. Get up, run at full speed. Here comes the paparazzi who claim your grandfather was a Nazi despite his tattoo from Buchenwald. They say your family should have never been Jews, and the only way to prove the truth is to exhume his body and give him a 23andMe. In these times when anyone can tell a lie invented to destroy your life, it's up to you to fix unfixable damage done because the internet has caused a permanent eclipse that blocks your sun for what seems like forever. You're living in a world wide web where everywhere you step can turn from solid ground to quicksand in an instant, but Tarzan ain't around to hold a branch or vine to pull you out. So when you sink, you realize when mud isn't real, you can swim through it easily and see straight through a convoluted forest despite all the plastic Christmas trees planted to fuel future forest fires lit by unrepentant liars and remote arsonists who carve their names in matches that turn to dust and ashes, becoming food for future trees. But will plastic ash create partially plastic arboreal seas? Have the fire starters figured out a way to sell us rebuilt houses of lies they claim are inflammable, but inflammable is not infallible, and fires will get hotter as the world gets warmer, and how we know what truth is will slowly but surely burn away. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, man.
pull another piece I might have done before. I'm not sure. It's called Holy High Wire Batman. Batman is not in this poem. There have been times I have continued to cry after my tear ducts ran dry. I heard on NPR that California almond and avocado farmers hire water well drillers that use oil exploration drills to tap previously untapped aquifers. The Earth's water is not an infinite resource. Farmers dig deeper and deeper every year, yet I still continue to cry when my tear ducts run dry. Unlike the Earth, I will never run out of emotions. I won't deny myself a good cry, which is my equivalent of a balancing bar for an unrepentant high wire act life. I understand I can't keep drilling till I hit nothing or maybe cry a little magma. I understand that my personal aquifers are a limited resource, but crying on the inside is an option that has never worked out. And I can choose to let the high wire exist without attempting to ever cross it again. Thank you. And then I'm just going to do change pace and do a piece called matzo ball soup. I had some matzo ball soup this past week, and this woman did a dinner for did a break the fast dinner for students at Bowdoin College, and I went into her cafe to have lunch, and she said I had some leftovers from this dinner, and I want to give you some matzo ball soup and some kugel, and it was so wonderful. I took it home with me. It was delicious. So matzo ball soup. Matzo ball soup can have small balls or large balls. The chicken broth can be salty or peppery, maybe with chopped parsley or not, even with chicken floating in there if you dare. But no matter which way, it must be homemade. No matter whose mother, grandmother, aunt, great aunt, or which Jewish deli makes it, it is always different. Take a trip to New York City. Go to the Carnegie or the Second Avenue Deli, maybe Katz's on Houston Street, or even Burgers in the Diamond District. They will all serve a somewhat unique matzo ball soup. The major matzo ball soup issue is that one cannot eat a matzo ball in one bite. To eat one of these deliciously dense dumplings, one must cut a piece just the right size to fit in a soup spoon with some broth. The broth helps break it down before you eat it. The small balls can be broken in half, while the larger balls must be cut in 3 or 4 pieces. I have this idea to make a series of herbed matzo ball mixes, Italian, Mexican, Moroccan, Indian, Thai, and the like. One will be with my personal signature herb blend of lemon balm, apple mint, orange thyme, pineapple sage, tarragon, and parsley. Oy vey, such a souped up matzo ball soup might be too good to be true, but no matter how it's made or what time of year it's served, this delicacy of the Passover Seder always makes life seem a little better. Gracias.
Yeah. Thank you. And the fact that it was a gift and given even makes it better too, right? That hospitality.
Absolutely. Yes.
Beautiful. All right, Brian, thank you. Generalissimo. Hey, is that another menorah behind you that you have displayed there?
that is one of the pieces that I did several years ago. Yes, it's called the parenthetical temple, and so the base underneath it has two little parentheses on the side.
It's a great title. I like it. Great design.
Thank
And
you. Sir.
how are you doing on your social media game? Can we follow you anywhere yet?
Yeah, well, I'm on Facebook at Brian Ira Franco, and I just well, I'm on Instagram under GNRLSMO, and I can't figure out how to post anything on Instagram yet. I am that tech savvy, so I'm gonna get someone to show me how to do it. I think you can't do it on your computer, but you can on your phone. That's how it was explained by my nephew, but you know, and I think it's gonna be really hard to post a poem. I don't know how to do that either.
Well, we'll figure it out. In fact, you have to reach out to Mr. Tesosomok. He's an expert in posting on Instagram. And,
Okay, well,
we'll link up. We'll all link up, and we'll get better. Thank you, Brian.
Don Marufo.
Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Always happy to have you on. Okay, let's go ahead and yeah, awesome story. And I always have to ask about the background there. And I've loved, if you have a way to feature any other of your work, if you're a visual artist, put that in your background, you know, whether it be like actual background or a digital one. I'd love to see your work. Anything, you know, that you want to show off. Also, if you're like a dancer, this doesn't just have to be like poets and musicians. Like if you have a big enough living room and you're like, I'm going to show you my best dance moves or my best dance routine, do it. We'd love to see it. We have featured dancers before in the past at our open mics. I don't see why that has to stop since we're digital. You just, you just have space to work with. It depends on the screen. So we'd love to see. I know the only limit is your imagination. So we'd love to see you guys perform. All right, we're going to keep running through our list right now. In fact, we have a first time here at our online open mic. Joining us from San Francisco. We're going from coast to coast, guys. Going to San Francisco. Let's go and welcome Dane Ince. Good to have you, Dane. Welcome.
Hey, Richie. Yeah, it's good to be here. Listen, I want to do something with you because I have something that will work. I believe it'll work very well with the bongos. And but we have to work it out because the Zoom doesn't like it if it's getting two sounds from different sources. So we'll have to do like a call response. So I'll say a couple of lines, and then when I pause, you can come in, and then give it a phrase, and then when you're done, I'll come back in over that. And this is called Destiny Murder. And if you want to start, if that does something from you could, do a little bongo lead in. Destiny Murder.
Yeah, okay. Let me try it.
You folded my brain. So much Saturday laundry. Rotating fan in the corner pushes its little heart's worth of heat from one corner of the room to the other. Still hot, sweaty. 11 p.m. night. Cracked, concrete hard. On my back, poking, wondering how long the plume lasts. Later, longer than last blood spurt. Flip a coin to bet myself. I win. I lose again. Looking up at the ceiling, apocalypse. Empty Hiram's rye bottle on the floor. It's a roadside motel. Hot in strangeness. Number 41 this month. I carry a gun. It's a job. Seems like a blink from the night, from just before midnight to first bird chirp. No sleep, no shower, dress, coat, hat, skirt, tie, hangman's noose, loose. I'm sweaty. It's sweaty. It's a bad day. Head for bad breath. Bad coffee shop. It's black and bad stubble. Reflection from the coffee cup steam clears in a moment. I see me in the bottom of my second cup of joe. May the waitress sloshes coffee all day long. Put on my hat, I watch her and wonder. Light a cigarette. See her move through the diner. Looking through the window, I wonder, with that body in mind, what she does for fun. There is nothing but shade, but it's still hot. No place at all for coolness. On the highway now, heading west, Route 66. Destiny, murder, destination, hell.
All right.
I have another one to kind of follow on, and if I have enough time, we can just keep doing this. I'm digging it.
Yeah, let's try that. This we're invoking digital beatnik performance and the cliche. I got the bongos, you got the poetry. Let's do it.
Okay, Riven. This is called Riven. Sometimes there's no way out. It's a sweaty corner. It's bad. I'm stupid, but I'm here. Tap dance like crazy without moving a muscle. You face death. The job. Steel revolver pointed right at you. A moment of clarity. The sweat rolling down your face is alarming. Mistaken for a sudden move to the loom of your death. Fear the lift. They fear their life. Here in the galvanized steel Quonset warehouse baking desert heat. In that fraction of time, grinning, thinking calmly of dancing pandas with a smile. Charm, I assure the assailant. There are no worries. It's all a mistake. They showed up. I show up all according to plan, but did not done a damn thing done like it was supposed to be done. Did they? Now everybody is there empty-handed except hands full of guns. Black falling, darkness, face down on the concrete, piss of concrete. The only thing that is color cool. Riven with lead, the red lake flowing, sleepy and smooth. My eyes closing on the scene of you, folding, fresh, white sheet from the clothesline in the backyard. My mind unfolding the folds. It's a long dolly shot that ends with the rapt focus of a kind of a day. Yeah. That's it.
Cool. I was trying really hard to. It's hard to do it from different parts of the country, but I think we made it happen. I don't know. I was trying to find a groove sometimes and also recreate your syllables.
Oh, that was cool. I don't know. That was cool. First time just trying to do it, you know.
That's fine.
Sometimes if two people try to talk, it doesn't work. But I think maybe the bongo was still going under me. I don't know how it came off.
I'm curious too. I can't wait to listen to the replay. I also found out you can double match people. We are double highlighted right now, so we'll find that out. Let me not remove the spotlight from myself, and I think if you're fighting for the spotlight, it's a thing. Anyway, hey Dane, how'd you hear about us? You said El Generalissimo hooked you up with the link.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Awesome. And so, how are you joining us from San Francisco? How is it over there? What do you do? How can we follow and support your work?
Oh, okay. 2019 DMI at 2019 DMI on Insta, and then I'm on Facebook, Dane Ince. So, yeah, all of this is Brian's fault.
Thank you, Brian.
No, thanks, Richie. Thanks. That was cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today. We're here every Monday, so come on through. Invite if you have any other peeps that you'd like to get down with in San Francisco, invite them over as well.
Thank you.
Awesome, cool. Let's go ahead and yeah, that was interesting. What do you guys think? It was very experimental, and I was trying not to also go too crazy on the bongos. But yo, if you guys
I want
need
to do that next week.
Okay, I have to start charging. Like, okay, here's my virtual tip jar. If you want a bongo player for the poems, throw a little cash my way, and I'll get you. Just ask. I have my bongos. I have the flute. I have my saxophone. I have a guitar. I have a keyboard. I can only play one of them right now. So hey,
But playing with the lag is tough, man. Like that
It is.
lag.
the lag. Yeah, there were a couple times where like I was trying to like do a call and response, but I think mine came too late. So we
Yeah, just like even if it's like by half a second, like it sounded good. Like everything sounded awesome. Like I dig the F out of that vibe, right? But I was just saying, like I can imagine how difficult it would be because of that lag.
Oh, come on. We were in a beatnik's coffee shop in the middle of Greenwich Village in the 60s. Come on, that was fantastic. And that was what it would be in a coffee shop. Like somebody trying to figure out what to do with the poem and the bongos. It was wonderful. And I think more of this is needed everywhere we're on Zoom,
yeah.
People coming out with their instruments and saying, let's just try something like this.
Yeah.
I've been to musical readings, but this really was cool. The first one like this for Zoom. Oh,
Yeah. And where we're going, we don't need roads. Salute
This-
everyone.
is that your signature beer?
No, my signature beer is any beer, really. Today I'm just drinking a double white IPA. It's just what I found at the grocery store on my way over here. A nice 7% drink that I could sip on politely during the open mic. Anyway, man, that was so cool. That was a cool little segment, and maybe it opens up for new things into the future. But I want to thank everyone again for tuning in on YouTube. Those of us who are with us live, or maybe watching us at some point in the future. Hopefully, you're enjoying this and having a good time. And we're gonna just go back into it because another one of our essential parts of this whole thing. Honestly, this is nothing without the community behind it. Honestly, and someone who's I think such a powerful part of that in their own way because of the way they come with their creation, with their passion, and the way she shares her music. We have Christine Ponce Diaz up next in the house. Christine, are you here with us? Let me find you. Christine.
Hey Richie. Hey everybody.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? How's your Monday?
It's going good. It's going good. It's good.
you always have such elegant like photos, like you're great, like when it's not your video, and so it just looks like you're just listening intently with like smiling greatly at everyone. So I'm like, hey, this is Christine. Oh, it's the video. Anyway,
that's funny. Hey, I was gonna ask if it would be okay I'm still kind of writing down a few chords, and I'm so sorry. I thought I would be ready on time, but I was just wondering if maybe I could jump in a little bit after a few people, or just so I could finish writing up some chords and then kind of. Do you think that would be okay?
Yeah, for you, absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm more than happy to do that. See, now that's you asked so nicely. When Dan does it, he's just like, "All right, hey, I need you to do that." He's like, he just kind of directs, but we're all looking forward to what you're gonna play. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get a couple more people, and when you're ready, just shoot me a message.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Dan is anyway. He's gonna join in a little bit. Dan is if you're watching right now, check him out on YouTube. Dan the Man. Dan the Man's Weekly. He'll join us probably at the end of the show. I don't know. He's working late tonight, so he's like the unofficial director of the show. He'll just be like, "All right, start. No, restart. Say my name again." He's like, "Reintroduce me. Reintroduce me." I'm like, I guess. Anyway, here we are. So let's go ahead and just kind of keep going with it then. Christine will be a little later, a couple people, which is fine. Definitely stick around because that's going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and welcome then. I forgot to tell you guys the updated list, but if you were paying attention, we have Lee. We got Lee up next. Lee MS in the house, and also Lee was able to join us on Friday for our APCC event, and we had a good crowd for that too. We had about 50 people watching. So let's see, Lee, how are you doing today? Let's get you on here and unmuted.
Doing good, doing good.
Hey.
We're just talking about next on MTV, but yeah, that's a guilty pleasure.
Awesome. Cool. So what do you have for us today?
I have 2 poems and 1 translated, what's it called, cover poem. So first I'll start with mine and then I'll do the cover poem. So the first one is called Mindless Meditation. Focus on your body. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Should I focus on the physical vessel I inhabit or the abstract concept which validity is questioned in media, politics, casual conversations, and late night pillow talk? What part should I focus on? The whole that encases me or the parts that break me? Perhaps the parts wondered in silence or out loud by strangers. Notice how your body is seated. Feel the weight of your body. Take a deep breath in. My body's weight in this country is measured to what I bring to the economy. How hard and how long am I able to work to be worthy of life? Able-bodied, disabled mind, too functional to be dysfunctional, but too dysfunctional to continue. This body's weight can be counted as well in how many rights can it be stripped from based on arbitrary fractions used to determine its worth. Is my center too hollowed, perhaps too warm or cold? Is this fragile wrapping encasing me an off-colored attempt, unconvincing despite its lightness? Take a deep breath, and as you take it, feel the oxygen enlivening your body. As you exhale, feel yourself relaxing deeply, calmly, permanently. I can't breathe. And I say this in the literal and the poetical sense. I am panicking, my heart picking up the pace that my legs can no longer follow, and my lungs can no longer catch. My body is here, but not really. I have been living in a blur, leaving this body behind to exist in alternate realities, living proof of a multiverse, at least in my mind. Be aware of your whole body, as best as you can. Notice your whole body, present, resent its presence. So that will be the first one. The next one is called Entropy. And this one is pretty much on what dysphoria tends to feel like for somebody who does not identify with the gender sign at birth, like me. So here it goes. I wish I were entropy, to overlook the microscopic details in favor of the whole that I don't claim as mine. I wish I were balanced, poised between what I am and what I want, and what the void wants, because it wants, and it begs the question of how far shall we drift? Shall we move in opposition of what made us? I might have been too unpredictable for this cosmos, too oppositional, disorganized, disordered. It all drifts towards chaos, decay, reversible only in the absence of self, and so I shall turn to nothing to become something new, and perhaps maintain my essence while complying to the powers that are. Ooh. So those are my two. And then I have a cover poem today. This is one of my favorite poetry. This is by Matilde Alba Swan. She is was an Argentinian poet, and this is called first in Spanish, Descíframe. Me sacudo de horas y lugares. Aquietada, me hundo, llego al fondo. Bosques líquidos, peces asustados. Quiero saber qué traigo escrito adentro. La palabra en la sangre, la condena taladrada en el hueso, la implacable mordedura prendida en la neurona. Esa caverna que todavía habito y esos hombres cubiertos de pelambre. Laberintos uno dentro del otro. Sin embargo, en la memoria del latido algo salva malezas. Libra de la asfixia, ilumina derrotas y naufragios, triunfa de todos los Goliaths y emerge desde el candor dormido y balbucea. Alguien de mí, yo misma, desde el hondo misterioso subsuelo de mi carne, me ilumina y me hiere de señales. Siento un bosque de copas derrumbadas, una canción distante que evapora y un osario de nidos sin amparo. Una manzana muerta a picotazos, el redondel quemado de un cigarrillo. Un sol sin rostro, solamente rayos, y niñitos tomados de la mano, con sus piernas torcidas, con su ombligo sosteniendo una comba triste en hambre. Miro en torno de nuevo y estoy ausente. De nuevo tengo miedo de asustarme. Escribo un corazón en todas partes, bajo lluvia de azahares. Bebo cielo, me crecen hijos de todas mis aristas. En ellos crezco mientras van sembrando. Sola en el tiempo, el bosque es tan espeso. Van cayendo mis hojas una a una, tantas lobos detrás de los crujidos. Mi corteza sangrada en arañazos. Un cazador acecha. Está nevando. Mi dedo tenso en el gatillo grita por la boca de un fusil del espanto. Quiero dormirme, mas llevar conmigo lo que tuve y no tengo. Ser el amor de quienes me quisieron, borroneada, tachada, magullada, toda estallada y muda. Me refugio sumergida en mí misma, toco fondo y una página blanca me descifra. Papá, mamá, yo amo a mi mamá, mamá me ama. And then the translation. Oh, sorry, here we go. So the translation, it pretty much translates to decipher me. And here it is. I shake off the hours and places. Stilled, I sink, I reach bottom. Liquid forests, frightened fish. I want to know what I have written within me. The word in the blood, the judgment pierced into bone, the relentless bite burnt into neurons. That cavern that I still inhabit and those men covered in fur. Labyrinths, one within another, and still something within the memory of a heartbeat. Something saves the undergrowth, frees from the asphyxia, brightens defeats and shipwrecks, triumphs over Goliaths, and arises from the slumbering candor and prattles. Someone from me, myself from the depths, from the mysterious mud of my flesh, enkindles me and harms me with signs. I feel a forest of collapsed canopies, a distant song that evaporates, and an ossuary of defenseless nests, a pecked to dead apple, the burnt circle of a cigar, a faceless sun, all flickers, and children holding each other's hand with twisted legs and their navel holding onto a rope in hunger. I look around me, I am absent again, and I'm afraid of being of the absence again. I write a heart everywhere under the orange blossom rain. I drink the sky. I grow children from all of my etches. I grow with them while they scatter. Alone in time, the woods are impenetrable. My leaves fall one by one, so many wolves behind the crackling of leaves. My bark bleeding with scratches. A hunter stalks. It is snowing. My fingers, tense against the trigger, scream through the mouth of a barrel of terror. I want to sleep and take with me what I had and is no longer. To be the love of those who loved me. Blurred, crossed out, bruised, cracked open and speechless, I take shelter. Submerged within myself, I touch bottom, and a white page deciphers me. Dad, Mom, I love my mom. My mom loves me. And that's it.
Oh, I dig that. So who's that by again?
That was Elizabeth Alba Swan. Sorry, Elizabeth. Matilde Alba Swan.
Matilde. Okay, I like that name. Yeah, that's what I remember hearing. Awesome.
And she's an Argentinian poet. If you ever want to check it out, her poetry is pretty cool.
Awesome. I love these little bridges that we get to build here at these open mics too. When you introduce a new poet like that. So Lee, Really quick for the uninitiated, how can people follow you? You know the drill.
Yay. So
Oh,
that's fine.
perfect. You already know.
So you can follow me at Cadáveres Literarios, and you see the spelling in there. On Instagram, also Lee Martinez Soto on Facebook. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to follow me, go ahead. If you want to friend me on Facebook, just be aware I post a lot of political stuff, and sometimes I just fight with people.
Good times. Good times. Awesome. As always, such a pleasure, Lee. That's the way you guys do it. You got to make the sign perfect. That was perfectly done. I got to make one too. Or I'll just go back to the green screen. Maybe next week you'll see me with the green screen back. But just this cool studio, I got to show it off a little bit. Anyway, we got a full show. We're gonna get everyone on. What time is it? We got time. We got time. Cool. So let's see. Trying to get people on. Let's see. Who do we have next? Oh yeah. So we have someone who took a little hiatus. We miss his work, but he's also part of the crew. He's such a part of the crew. And we're here for you, man. So you got to share something. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Welcome Nico Kim to the stage. Nico.
Yeah, what's up? All right, so I don't know how well you can hear me. Can you hear me well enough from here?
We can hear you. You're good. You're good.
Right here. It's cool. All right, so with that, like all of these are like less than 3 weeks old, so literally all new shit. With that,
new shit.
New shit.
That's what I'm talking about, and I love that kids following me. With that,
new shit.
Bunch of it. So I was placed on administrative leave from my job for putting myself in a precarious situation. I'm not going to get into that, but I'll say this is the inspiration of that poem, and then I will not share any other inspiration. But with that, the closest thing to your heart right now is your fist. You have no idea how to portray a negative emotion, so you just get pissed and start throwing your hands in imprecise practice. I've learned through 1,000 hands as the best teachers of my classes, and no classless, masterless, fired up form will ever beat warm, precise fighting for the heart. Using my head as the main weapon in this martial art is the reason I accept your fist and why I will always choose to turn the other cheek. So, how do you like my face to your fist technique? It's a funny line.
Yeah,
if you guys if you've ever watched Kung Pao Into the Fist, is an excellent line. It's like from Jesus to Kung Pao to I guess their equivalent in that poem. Totally. Moving on. I'm ridiculous. All right, next poem. I no longer accept your projected ethics. I am trying to share with you mine. Let me restart that. I no longer accept your projected ethics. I am trying to share with you mine. So the same conversation you have with me, I can't reciprocate and share my mind. I'm inclined to opt out and call it quits. You will not compel my speech. If it's because you fear you can't match wits, my intent isn't to try and impeach or intrude on your message. I promise it is received. But follow my line of questioning so I can understand how you see. My rhetorical questions aren't made to shut you up or make a rhetorical retort. Rather, they're made to have you understand the way. Rather, they're made to have me understand the way you report your perspective. It can be egocentrically introspective, but the primary objective is to come to an understanding of each other. Thank you. This poem is called Stars and Striped Breeches. I bought a pair of boxers from American Eagle with a pattern equal to the flag flown by my perfect nation. While wearing my new favorite breeches, I scratch the itches in my ass crack, drop dick at a urinal without shaking before putting it back. Then I yell at libtards who shit on my flag by kneeling. I bought a pair of socks from Walmart. My favorite part of them was the deep hue of the white and blue. I don my socks and walk all day in my shoes, while I dedicate the night to hate those who walk on my country's standard. Cool. Cool. And then, all right, so this is this. I said I have like 3.5. This poem is not finished, but this is I like where it is, so I'll share what I've got right now. And it's gonna probably be like a really long poem. So this is like the start of a really long poem. Yeah. So anyway, in El Paso, located right off the busy street of Mesa, I remember sitting in the student center at the university, listening to the conversations at my table and eavesdropping others. I would sit in this oasis of intellect for hours and breathe in the air of pretentiousness. I fit right in. In the midst of one of the many conversations at one of the many tables I'd sit at, the chosen domain of the many groups I found myself sitting with, out of my right ear, I could hear a discussion develop into the topical context of humanity and how those in it suck. Struck by a bruised ego, I started to assess the ethos from which the intent of the rhetoric was shared, unprepared to then hear out of my left ear a conversation that reflected the same ethic. Ironically, I lacked the ability to be apathetic. Rather, I felt these men to be pathetic representatives of my nation, because I felt the representation of the ethic illustrated greatly, an ethic debatedly different than the one from which I was born. My scorn, undoubtedly born from my own ignorance of my society. This ignorance incepted from a concept of my own self-centered biases. The lessons learned from the diocese described to me that humanity comes from grace. Yet a sense of independence is apparent here. For those who say humanity sucks, forgets they're a part of the human race.
All right, right on, man.
Boom. That's it.
So that's that last line, man. The mic drop, last line.
Mic drop.
Because we often forget when we point at someone, there are 3 fingers pointing right back at us. Cool, Nico, man, it's really good to hear your words, man. We've missed you. We miss a couple of you. If Amanda's still watching, we miss you too.
Yeah.
And do you have any plugs really quick? Anywhere we can listen to your music, Poja? No plugs?
Yeah.
Nothing tonight. All right, cool. It's good, man. You know what? Your words did the talking. Appreciate you, nigga. Like really,
That's
really
good
love
enough for me.
Love it, man. Yeah, thank you. God, I don't know. Like I say it all the time, but these Monday nights are really important to me because I get a front row seat to some of the coolest shit happening, you know, and for people to share their work, their thoughts, their ideas, their sounds. It's really meaningful. Like, and it's been such a bright light amongst all this darkness. So, and let's keep that up. And we got some really cool things planned for October. Next week we have a special event. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Once we get Mr. Tesosomok on, we'll tell you more about it. I also, if we're down, we might have a special birthday celebration event. I don't know. I got to talk to everyone and see if that's something you actually want to do, because I'm down to do it. I want to get Erica to co-host this month, Conrad's Fire. We'll plan that out. So we got some cool stuff planned. We're gonna start doing little features here and there as well. But for now, yeah, there's Conrad's Fire. I love. Oh, Erica. Yeah. So hey, let me know if you want to read. I can add you to the list. By the way,
Add me to the list.
I will add you. Okay, but for now, so let's see. Christine is ready. Christine, man,
Hey, thank you so much for the extra time.
No, it's great. I love it. We did like the first collab ever, like, and I love it because Dominique, when she was singing Hotel California, she actually posted on her Instagram like a screenshot, and if you look at the screenshot, I was playing bongos and Gabriel was playing guitar. So it's like all of us were jamming together. It was pretty cool. So Christine, what do you have for us today? What beautiful music excellence do you have for us?
Thank you so much. It's kind of like two in one. It'll be just like back to back, and then one of them's kind of short, but one's longer. It's Sinking Deep is the first one, and it's by Hillsong. And the second one is Control by Zoe Wees.
Nice. Okay. I know neither, so I'm gonna love them either way.
Thank you. Okay. Is the audio okay?
Play a little more.
Okay.
Low notes. All right. What about the singing? Try like a
I don't know why that made me nervous. I'll just go.
Okay, awesome. No, we're all staring at you now. Okay, fine. Yeah, take it away, Christine. Make some noise. Show her some love.
Yeah, Christine.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to interrupt. Christine, actually, I think it is being muffled, like the full sound. I think the Zoom settings, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'll try.
I mean, it still sounded great though, you know?
Let's see. Okay, I think maybe I'll try this. Like, let's
Okay.
see.
All right. Yeah, yeah. This is the place to try stuff out for sure. Do it. Do it.
Take two. Early in the morning, I still get a little bit nervous. Fighting my anxiety constantly, I try to control it. And even That you were always with me when it hurts. I know that you understand. Don't wanna lose control. Nothing I can do anymore. Trying every day when I hold my breath, spinning out in space, pressing on my chest. 'Cause I don't wanna lose control. Sometimes I still think it's coming, but I know it's not. Trying to breathe in and out, but the air gets caught. 'Cause even though I'm older now and I know how to shake off the past, I wouldn't have made it if I didn't have you holding my hand. 'Cause I don't wanna lose control. Nothing I can do anymore. Trying every day when I hold my breath, spinning out in space, pressing on my chest. 'Cause I don't wanna lose control. I need you to know that I would never be this strong without you. You've seen how I've grown and you took all my doubts. 'Cause you were home. I don't wanna lose control. Nothing I can do anymore. I don't wanna lose control. Nothing I can do anymore. Trying every day when I hold my breath, spinning out in space, pressing on my chest. 'Cause I don't wanna lose control. Nothing I can do anymore.
Yes, that was way better.
Cool.
Okay, now you can go. Just kidding. No, because you're like, how does this sound? And you just like went through the whole thing, which was amazing, by the way. Like, I'm all up in my feelings now. Thank you.
Aw,
I needed
you're
that, I
welcome.
guess.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm all up in my feelings this week too.
oh man, yes. Let's start the week. So can you remind us again who the artists and songs are?
Yeah, sure. So the first one is Hillsong. I'm not sure if it's young. They have like several subgroups. Like it might be Unite, Hillsong United, or Hillsong Young and Free. I think it might be Young and Free. But the song is called Sinking Deep, and the second one is called Control by Zoe Wees.
Okay, nice. Thanks. And you just put that together right now. Yeah. You, you're like, yeah, it's cool. I'm just putting some things together. Give me a couple just like 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna write this masterful mashup.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. My heart sank deeply, and I lost control. Thank you, Christine. Do you have any highlights? Any way we can follow and support your work? You got your YouTube channel. You got to give shout out to that. How can like people got to follow that right now? How can they follow you?
Thank you. YouTube, Christine Ponce Diaz on YouTube, and also on Facebook. I'm there a lot, so those are good ways to connect with people and share music.
Absolutely. Yes. Let's keep connecting. Let's keep sharing music. Yo, did you know I'm all of a sudden hosting like 2 or 3 online shows for musicians? It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, on Friday I was 2 places at once. I was like, all right, EPCC open mic, and then I did a live stream. Like right, they started right together. It was crazy. Yeah, check those out. Those are pretty cool. So shout out to El Paso Creatives. We're doing a new show called Sun City Sounds, and it's musicians here in El Paso, the borderland. And it's like a much younger group, so it's kind of cool. Like it's a highlight of people who maybe don't usually get the spotlight. And then I'm working with Genuine Reference Studios on another live stream, and then I've got maybe like one or two more up the sleeve. So stay tuned for that. Um, oh man, so many talented people. You guys already know it. So Christine, thank you one more time.
Thank you.
Also, yeah, follow her on Facebook. You know what I really enjoy are your posts about going on your biking journeys and like your observations. I think one of the most important things we can do as humans is just like activate our ability to observe and pay attention. I think is so important. And the way you document, like, oh, today I saw this animal and that animal, and it was cool. It's cool. Anyway, yeah, follow her for sure. Check out the YouTube stuff. Let's go right into it because you saw we have a pretty long list of people, half of which I made up. But let's go ahead and keep going. Next up, we have Kit. Yo, Kit needs no introduction. He's just gonna come and take the floor, man. Do your thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise and welcome Kit Wren.
All right.
Fly
Thank
away.
you so much. Thank you so much, Richie. And for the confidence of giving me no introduction and just letting me fly like a fledgling bird. As my last name.
As your
may or may
namesake.
not indicate. But we had some new people here tonight, and I always love it when we have new people from across the country join us. And so this first poem, all the ones that I'm reading of mine you've probably heard before, but this one is kind of an ode to new people. I wish to relieve one pressure that you have felt and then replace it immediately with another. Do not worry about first impressions. The first impression is nothing. It is easily overridden and constantly amended, often forgotten entirely. Much more important is the 0th impression. You have no control over the 0th impression. It is being made right now, independently, in places that you have never even driven through. You see, as friends tell new friends of old friends, these new friends must depend on imagination and stock images to complete the story themselves. You are a placeholder name in so many stories. There are mental images of you based on absolutely no evidence. People you have never met have strong and inflexible opinions about you and what you should have done that one time. One day, you will meet someone who knows of you only from a bystander's account of the worst day of your life. If he or she makes the connection, they will be close to starstruck, trying to reconcile the physical facts with their own understanding. You must see, they have carried this cartoon of you, this caricature from a tourist trap, for a long time. It has been rolled up, put in moving boxes, and subsequently unpacked in new domiciles. They may have even added their own twist to the story. It is their story now. You are now the protagonist of a modern urban legend. Do not fight against the 0th impression. Don't dwell on it. Don't justify yourself. Don't try to give context. Do your best to see the honor and not the offense. While no one can be all things to all people, thanks to the 0th impression, being many things to enough people is astoundingly easy.
Snap, 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 snap.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I don't care if you do, I do, and that's what's important. But this one was actually published last year in Barrio Panther by our friends at Barrio Panther, and it's called "The Ziricole Rejects the World at Large." I have a confession disguised as a question. Is the desert spoiled all other outdoor settings for you too? Do forests seem to you a claustrophobic compromise between the indoors and the outdoors? Unsatisfying as most compromises are. How can this be outside if I can't see the entire sky? Does the ocean seem showy and excessive, gaudy like plastic jewelry on an otherwise fine hand? To have all that undrinkable water feels like someone made a mistake but didn't care enough to correct it. We are a dry land, but what we find is potable. Did the hill country underwhelm you too? Were you tempted to laugh at all the hill people who went around instead of over and through? They would think us bad, but I will never make the mistake of caring what they think again. Does every green field, no matter how wild, take on the manicured unreality of a golf course? I am tired, friend, of this world of driving ranges. You and I will spread our picnic blanket in the sand trap and throw back every Titleist that blunders in. Okay, and then back to me for one more, and then the cover poem, which is going to have a slight twist, but we'll get to that in due time. But now we have this. Don't have a title for it. Don't know what it is yet, but it's here. The witness before the financial committee is not being helpful, but not in the typical way of an unhelpful witness. He is crying in big, gasping breaths, his shoulders rolling like a boxer's. He is apologizing. He doesn't understand the questions. Yes, that is his name on those official records. Yes, by title, he is the CEO of Fast Loan. But that was, he pleads, not his understanding of his duties. He's just a voice actor who went to a sketchy audition he found online and was so thankful that it wasn't a sex trap that he forgot there are other kinds of traps. The contract was long, but the money and the perks were overwhelming, nice enough to preclude follow-up questions. He's sorry. He keeps saying that like it helps. There's snot all over the microphone, on the desk, dripping and spreading slowly. This was supposed to be a dry session to do with interest rate caps, something only a calculator could love. But now, the committee is forced to consider questions concerning the nature of identity and reality itself. Some of them are no longer sure if they're congressmen. The chairman stealthily pulls out his driver's license and traces his fingers across the letter of his own name, mouthing along as though it is test material that he has not quite mastered. And now we've come to the cover poem portion of the night, which is I'm going a little bit out of my comfort zone, inspired by our friend and compatriot Lee, because they always take it one step further with the translation. I did not do this translation myself, but I am going to attempt to read Todos by Roque Dalton in the original Spanish, and then a translation by what's his name? By the author Roberto Lovato, who wrote a very good hybrid memoir history about El Salvador. Okay, that's enough of an introduction. Let's just try it. Okay, forgive me for any pronunciation mistakes. I'm on the Duolingo. I'm doing my best. Todos nacimos medio muertos en 1932. Sobrevivimos, pero medio vivos, cada uno con una cuenta de 30,000 muertos enteros, que se puso a engordar sus intereses, sus réditos, y que hoy alcanza para untar de muerte a los que siguen naciendo, medio muertos, medio vivos. Todos nacimos medio muertos en 1932. Ser salvadoreño es ser medio muerto. Eso que se mueve es la mitad de la vida que nos dejaron. Y como todos somos medio muertos, los asesinos presumen no solamente de estar totalmente vivos, sino también de ser inmortales. Pero ellos también están medio muertos y solo vivos a medias. Unos medios medio muertos, que somos la patria para hijos suyos podernos llamar en nombre de los asesinados, unámonos contra los asesinos, de todos contra los asesinos, de los muertos y los medio muertos. Todos juntos tenemos más muerte que ellos, pero todos juntos tenemos más vida que ellos. La todopoderosa unión de nuestras medias vidas, de las medias vidas de todos los que nacimos medio muertos en 1932. And the translation provided by Roberto Lovato. We were all born half dead in 1932, alive, but half alive. Each one of us with a bank account of 30,000 fully dead, fattened with interest, with profits that today have grown enough to spread death onto those that keep being born. Half dead, half alive. We were all born half dead in 1932. To be Salvadoran is to be half dead. That which moves is the half of the life they left us. And because we're all half dead, the murderers presume not only that they're completely alive, but also immortal. But they're also half dead and only half living. Let's unite half dead of our nation so that we can call ourselves your children. In the name of the murdered, let's unite against the murderers of all, against the murderers of the dead and the half dead. Together, all of us, we have more death than them, but all of us together, we have more life than them. The almighty union of our half-lives, of the half-lives of every one of us that were born half dead in 1932. That's all I got.
Right on, man. Yeah, make some noise. Show some love. That's how we do it. Yeah. We show love by making noise. You can snap, you can clap, you can stomp your feet, you can play your flute, you can play your bongos. Just make some noise. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you got. Everyone on the boat.
Yes. You are awesome.
Major props, man. I know despite that bear, you know, you're doing your thing, you know. So I'm glad you got to read in Spanish today. And there will be a day when you can practice that at a live.
I'm glad I'm sitting
event,
down. I got rubber legs.
you know?
I haven't been this nervous in a while.
Good. So really quick before we go on, any plugs, things you'd like to promote?
I'm on the book under Kit Wren. There's like three of us. One runs a dispensary in California. One's a grandmother. One's me. I'm the real one. I'm on the gram at Kit Ren Away. I'm on the Bird, the Twitter machine at Kit Talk Sports. As the title indicates, it's very sports centric. I write long essays about football. I don't know if anyone else likes them. I don't care. They make me happy. That is all the plugs I have. Thank you so much, Richie, for this continuous platform. I love doing this. I don't know what I would do without it.
Yeah, it's super important. You're listening on YouTube? That's what that was. I heard my voice on your account. It is important. I'm glad you guys come through, and thank you for coming through on Friday as well. The APCC event. A lot of people really loved you. That's fun. A lot of professors and students checked that out. So they got to hear you and Lee and Gabriel, and a couple other people that performed. It was super fun. All right. Hey, cool. Let's just kind of keep going through. Thanks for joining this on a fine Monday. And now that we're doing these online, every Monday is a fine Monday. All right. So let's see. Next up from Los Angeles, from Encino, and he went to school at NMSU. He was a student at NMSU, and he's been coming through. We have Wyatt Underwood. Wyatt, how are you doing today? Always good to see you. You're not on your bicycle. You're not on your motorcycle. You're at home.
The motorcycle went away right in the middle of the show.
All right, cool, man. Good to have you here. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. Glad to be with you.
Glad to have you here. All right, man. Take it away.
This is called Ode to Inequity. Such a lovely word, bathed in mystery, gauzed in enigma, scented in riddle. I think politicians use it not to clarify anything, but to endarken us. Inequity. It sounds like granite, doesn't it? Something you'd have to drill and dynamite before we could get rid of it. But even then, we'd be left with pieces too big to lift and carry. Inequity, indigestible even in a giant's stomach. But if you look at it, it ain't that big a word. It's lack of fairness or justice. You know, like having one set of laws for blacks and another for white folks. One set of laws for rich people and another for poor folk. One set of laws for protesters and another for the tamed and cowed. Or heck, just building the prejudices of some people into the laws for other folks. But you might sputter, or I might. Isn't that normal, what we do? Well, yes, that's just the problem. If you see inequity as a problem, if you see it as a mask for something inevitable, how people gonna work no matter how hard they try different, well then, you ain't got no problem. Well, no, I suppose you still do. Next problem is us busybodies working so hard to blend those sets of laws into one. Why we gotta mess with something working so fine? Because it ain't working fine at all, hun. It puts people in prison for next to nothing and puts them in there for life or longer if they're on the wrong side of inequity. If they're on the right side, they go for 10 years or 3 in a nice motel with a golf course. Even if they do have, even if they do have to work on to wear an ankle monitor, darn, inequity. You send your folks to a barely jail with a library and other folks to barely survivable, and you still have happy with yourself. And the good folks on the right side of you settle into nonchalance, big smiles and flowers and jars, coffee when you want it, bread or a roll, quiet, mainly the quiet, until those upstart protesters holler for us to wake up. And this is called When the Magic Fails. Six of us sat in the dark room when Harry blew out the candles. All the lights went out. Must have outside too. No street lights reassured. No neighbor lights whispered comfort. Dogs outside declared something wrong. A hand slipped into mine. I gave it a squeeze. Teenagers know what to do with darkness, but we were all there. But we were not three couples, 5 random friends and Harry, invited by Harry's mother. If it had been awkward before, it was unspeakable now, so we didn't. The hand in mine shook, but she squeezed back and ever so whispered, "I'm scared." I shifted her hand to my other hand and put my arm around her. The chairs were such that I damn near broke my arm doing that, and was rewarded by long hair and a bare back. What? Oh yeah, she wore a low back dress, had curls, had mentioned a boyfriend, and I lost interest. She wanted comfort now, strength, courage. I gave her a gentle hug. She murmured, probably not even words, I wished for more forgiving chairs. The universe paid its usual attention. I moved my hand farther across her back to her side. She leaned toward me. Damn, I wanted my hand on her breast. But she wanted strength, courage, and comfort. And I was at least that gallant, wasn't I? I must have been. I gave her another gentle hug and squeezed her hand. She clutched mine. Finally, someone spoke. We speculated about the power failure and how Harry's blowing out the candles contributed. And somewhere, somehow, something happened. Giant engines outside shuddered, groaned, and ran. Street lights came on, and so did neighbor lights. Then our lights did, and the girl beside me withdrew. I fetched back my errant hands, and the party went back to merely awkward.
All right, yeah, thanks. That was a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Wyatt.
Rich.
I think we did like the simultaneous thank yous, like they danced with each other through cyberspace. Um, yeah, glad you can make it on. Out of coming from Encino, it's cool. We've been going like from coast to coast. We got like kind of people from all over the place, and yeah, I'm glad you're also part of this series as well. Now, when you get to share your stuff, do you have anything you'd like to promote really quick before we move on?
Go, just look for me on Wyatt Underwood on Facebook.
All right, yeah.
Oh, I should give you a warning. There's 6 Wyatt Underwoods on Facebook, but I'm the one that's the poet.
I dig it. I'm gonna message every single Wyatt Underwood. Are you the poet? Are you the poet? Are you the poet? And you know, no, I think I already have you anyway. But awesome. Hey, have a good night, and we'll stick around. We got a couple more performers, so always good to have you. Thank you. Sweet. Okay. The Keymaster. Yeah, good reference. All right. So next up we have Mr. Tesosomok, and let's see. Let's get you on here. Where are you good? I didn't get to ask. I think you're good. Okay, cool.
All right. So as I was, can you hear me, Richie?
We can hear you.
I'm doing my Dan image. Can you hear me, Richie? Okay. Can you start over again, Richie? No, that's sorry, Dan. So I had a feature last time, and I have a bunch of folks from here. I don't know if Phil's on tonight, but the Poet Con was there, and some of the other folks. So I was really happy. I got to do some longer pieces, and I wanted to do this one piece because I finished the video work behind it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one piece, and then let me change the background to see if I can get the video working. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. All right, this piece is titled "The Violent Guilt and Shame." The violent guilt and shame. Quote, "We are the survivors. We are the evidence of their crimes. They don't want us as a reminder of what they did." End quote, John Trudell. And it is winter in America. It is the summer of our discontent. The American colonial project clouds the view of our past. In naturalizing nature, we take the right to life, the sovereign liberty, and we take property and diminish its power. These people, they're so naive, so free with their property. If you ask them, they gladly share it with you. They would make fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want. Christopher Columbus. You see, it's not satisfied with merely holding people in its grips, but wants to empty their brains of form and content. In cynicism, it turns to the past of the oppressed people and distorts, disfigures, and destroys. As if Frederick handed Fanon his words, that people must realize power gives nothing away for nothing. The system works because it doesn't work. It is a system of exploitation in its brutal form, which comes with guns and reinscription of territory with its cadastral maps and its 11th century juridical appropriations. It occurs in subtle ways: a loan, food aid, blackmail, rendering a few to dictate over the masses in the name of civilization. Today, we can't see the obfuscated facade of neoisms. It was easy to see the whites only, no dogs or Mexican signs. Quote, "Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood on the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, pastoral scenes of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh, with the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the trees to drop. Here is a strange and bitter crop." Abel Maripol. Today, as survivors, we are constantly met with our oppressors' explosive outbursts of anger, their hypervigilance, and their intense sense of alienation. The theft of the land as Eidic dreams are re-experienced as a historical collective traumatization reinscribed on the body without organs or organs without bodies. The Eidic dream, a role reversal that the marginal people of color will inflict the same on the deed holder. The Americana of doublespeak, the motive of split South, the territorial Telluric killer, and the righteous narrator of Western civilization. The perpetrator trauma is unchecked, left only with more violence. no collective desensitization or reprocessing, no time perspective therapy. The perpetrator trauma of historical genocides have not delivered on the economic, cultural, psychological reparations promised by atonement and forgiveness. Today, when we make claims to authenticity, to culture, to language, to property, to power, we are met with renewed acts of violence, outbursts of anger engendering domestic violence and street crime against our claims of First Peoples, First Nations, first stewards of the land and the people. We are met with the collective emotional numbness of the Jews will not replace us, the estrangement and apathetic violence of grab them by the pussy. When asked by the anthropologists what the Indians called America before the white man came, an Indian said simply, ours, Vine DeLorean.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
So I was, I took that whole Menendez thing and then I used that as the backdrop to kind of, just kind of to go with the video. I'm going to do another piece, which is titled, let's see, where did I leave it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is titled By the River. It was there by the river where I laid bone crushed, tired, where the soapberry grew wild and only old women knew its worth, by the rocks on which land crabs buried themselves behind the earth. Baby's breath pours over hills where hoofed hollow horn grass eaters graze. The whipping willow with narrow leaves, born in catkins, harrows its melancholy as if the river would grow in abundance and flood. The perennial reeds found out on both sides, presenting illusions of sensuality. Here, where I've come to lose my youth, my innocence by the river, as a feather star or sea lily breaking out of the bulb into a full grown martagon, I disappear, bone wretch, petrified on this river pool as if wilted, as a wilted stargazer. And then I'm gonna do, I'm going to do one last piece, which is, let me see if I can find it. I had it here. I'm going to do a cover poem that let's see, am I close? Here it is. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is a Charles Simic poem from Hotel Insomnia, and it's the title piece of the book. It's Hotel Insomnia. I like my little hole, its window facing a brick wall. Next door, there was a piano. A few evenings a month, a crippled old man came to play My Blue Heaven. Mostly, though, it was quiet, each room with its spider in heavy overcoat, catching his fly with a web of cigarette smoke, and every so dark, I could not see my face in the shaving mirror. At 5 a.m., the sound of bare feet upstairs, the gypsy fortune teller whose storefront is on the corner, going to pee after a night of love. Once too, the sound of a child sobbing. So near it was, I thought for a moment, I was sobbing myself.
Wow, those are beautiful pieces. Thank you.
I give you a little bit of contrast because I kill you with my heavy pieces, Richie.
Oh yeah, we were asking for sources on the first one. Like, You get T.S. Eliot style. You're gonna need like addendums. Like, by the way, when you start, like, here's the Google Doc with all the sources and references. Like, actually, that'd be kind of cool too if people did that. Like, all right, here's a Google Doc. If you want to know more about this and that, you can find that out. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to do the Kim Fook piece at the last feature, but I had put together a really nice video. So I'm hoping they recorded it, and then I can put the video together, and then I can torture you guys and share it on your own time if you want to torture yourself with the act of forgiveness. But it was some people, it was very impactful, and I think some people said, they were they wanted to see it again and take their time with it. But as if you remember, that was a very dense, very very dense piece.
Yeah, nice. I like to torture yourself with the act of forgiveness.
Yes.
That's a new one. That's a new one. So before we take off, hey, let's tell everyone about next Monday. It's gonna be
Well,
very,
yeah, you haven't. Did you finish the flyers, buddy?
it's gonna be very special. I started working on some, but I rushed it and I did not like them. So I'm gonna finish them tonight. I have like a basic one, but we do have the sign up link and stuff already, and I can link it here. But do you want to tell us what's happening next Monday? Let's see. Oh, it sounds like a mic went out. Oh no, the internet. That was perfect timing. He's got like an internet switch. Like, oh, I got put in the spotlight. Hold on. Let me cancel my internet really quick. So next Monday, we're trying something very different. Maybe not too different, but we're gonna give a highlight in a different way. He'll get back on, and maybe we can do that. But we are going to decolonize poetry, in the sense that next Monday, October 12th, is Indigenous Peoples Day. That's how we recognize it. Formally, people recognize it in other ways. That's not worth stating or recognizing. But
As Lee would say, "Esa su boca."
Hey, all right, you made it back. Okay, so
Get it back. Sorry,
it's all good.
I have an intermittent internet stuff.
So
what does that mean? What does that mean next Monday?
Dan, we're explaining it. We're like literally right now talking about it.
Okay.
So
We're gonna start over.
Yes. So, Mr. Tesosmuk, would you like to kind of explain? So we're gonna have some featured readers. That's something we've never tried here. So they're gonna be featured. They're gonna have a little bit of extra time. I'm gonna make a flyer that promotes them. I actually already made some. I'm gonna release them tomorrow. I guess like at the crack of noon. I'm just kidding.
Gotta get them approved first, eh?
Oh, that's right. We gotta get them approved. That's right. So I'm gonna send them to you right away as soon as this is done.
Yes,
But
please.
do you want to tell us about this? So we're doing an event. It's First Voices, Primera Voces, and Mr. Tesosimo, can you tell us about our featured performers tomorrow, next Monday?
Yes, we are going to have a woman Nahuatl poet from the state of Guerrero, Yolanda Matia Garcias, who is a published poet who publishes in Nahuatl and Spanish. She's going to do a couple of pieces, and she will do them in Nahuatl and Spanish. Nahuatl is the Aztec language of central Mexico. Today, they have approximately probably close to 1.75 million of speakers to this today. So it's not a dead language, not a dialect. It's its own forthright language. Currently, I think there's still about 69 indigenous languages in Mexico. So there's a lot of.
Oh, the Wi-Fi's acting up again. Okay, so yeah, that's there's that. Actually, I posted a link in the chat, so if you guys want to check that out, there you are. Okay.
Sorry, I froze again.
You did. It's fine. I covered you.
Sorry, unstable internet. So where were you at, Richard?
No, so I posted the link so people can check out the link and on this very chat.
Yeah, so we're really excited because I think we will have two people who will not be interpreted, who will not be mediated. They will, basically convey, the first voice experiences. And I think I'm really excited about that, especially with Lee sharing, her origin story. She has a DC origin story. So she is going to be the first Chichimeca warrior on DC land. So I'm really excited about that.
Lee.
Yeah, it's good. So if you guys got any cool pieces too, by the way, thematically or so. Also, we
Yes.
have we have Tyrone Ross. Tell us about
Tyrone,
him.
yeah, so he's actually from the state of Washington, and he's from the Nez Perce, and where Chief Joseph came from, and so he'll be sharing some of his poetry. So I'm really excited, and I want everybody to bring their own first voices. What is the first voice of your people, and what your thoughts are, and obviously I share a lot of my first voices, so I'm really excited about that, and I think we're trying to once we get you guys the flyers, we're asking everybody to try to push the event on all your social media so we can have a good turnout. I'm really excited about it. Obviously, we believe that this open mic has a lot of real good potential, and we want to grow that family and grow that that the potential. And I want to see that DC first story. What do they call it? Origin story come through.
The origin story, yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about. I mean, next Monday is really important because I think there's still a lot of work to be due in terms of decolonization, and so in poetry circles and open mics, like I think that's some work that we can do. And so by inviting these people into our space, I'm really excited. First of all, to hear their stuff, and I think this is the first step into us kind of growing into something bigger, and you guys are part of that for real. So maybe you could sign up and just get the word out. I'd love to hear these people. It's going to be a featured reading plus open mic, and we'll have the time as usual. We always have plenty of time. Depending on the response, we might have to shorten it just a little bit, but it's fine. I think it'll be like a special event. Thank you, Mr. Tasasamuk,
Thank
for
you, guys.
helping start that. And we got more stuff planned for the month and moving forward.
And then it does involve our DC origin story person.
Yes, yeah, okay. Is
It
that is
does.
that is that cool, Lee? You like that? All right, cool. Um,
I
yeah.
want a comic, like actual comic made. Thank you.
You know what? Let's make that happen. Are there any illustrators watching right now on the YouTube? Let's do it. You're like, no, no, no. You're like, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Stop, stop. I'll make it happen. All right. We'll get some artists up in here. Look at that artist. I'm gonna get this guy. Like, we'll do like little DC art origin story. Anyway, that was a quick commercial. Next Monday is gonna be a little different, but I encourage you guys to check it out. And we're gonna start developing unique events and collaborating with more people. So we just want to kind of reach out more
Are you
people.
sure? Well, next Monday, I'm gonna have a birthday tribute ready.
Is it an okay? Is it in? Never mind. I'm not gonna make the joke. Dan. Okay, thanks. You're almost up. You're almost there. You're almost there. Hold on. We got a couple.
Don't worry, I'm ready.
We got no. We got a couple more people still. Okay.
You got it. You got it. Don't worry. Give me some time to give me some tea.
Awesome. Yeah. Do that. Do that. Um, no, we're gonna highlight everyone. So even people in our region, like you guys are part of this. But let's just keep going because you know what? We got a fire poet coming up next. And that's part of the name. We got Conras, fire the poet up. Poet Conras. How you doing?
Hey y'all, I'm doing well. Glad to be in the building. Um, so back when we used to, thank y'all, babe. All of you before me, all of you coming after me, thank y'all. Back when we used to be in the building, maybe like 2 years ago, maybe like when I first got down here, Richie, you gave a prompt to write a poem on resistance. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. I'm glad
But
you remember that.
I remember that, and I wrote one for resistance. So I wanted to share that tonight. And I want to dedicate it to Miss Amanda Wilson because she has been my early in the morning, late afternoon, keep going, keep pushing poet friend. And I know what it's like to just lose, to just feel disconnected because of what life is doing. So this is for you, my poet friend. I'm finally accepting being a single parent. There aren't very many holding down a two-parent home, so why should I bother? I'm sure they didn't plan to have children without a father. A man is a blessing, something you don't forget to mention in conversation. I needed help and didn't know how to ask. Nothing but a replica of pain from my past, searching a way out, but this curse I nurse. Plot for my demise, meditation of my plummet. I want my son to rise. He can. And he will win. I cannot fathom this world that we live in. I must teach him. Never mind if a man should, I am the first to reach him. Why? Was I not teaching him? Why? Where was I? I sat back and hoped he'd figure it out. Head above water. Eyes burning from the luminous truth. Building a legacy for my sons and future daughters. Sometimes it seems there's no use. This abuse my being is taking, dirt and dust, trans fat in the crust, poison in every breath we take. I'm filled with disgust. The locket is tarnished, but I cannot let my son see me give up. Motherhood is not for the simple, not for the limp, for they produce limp people, choosing to give up all hope of my dreams ever taking flight. The fuck I look like. Attempting to make a man constructed from dreams and sand, things I've seen, not much I know. My children, born out of lust and love, came in impeccable time. Oh, how I know they are divine. It's a challenge to believe in yourself, but without it, your dreams will never take flight. So do I just give up? The fuck I look like. I'm going all in. My resistance existence gives me reason to sin. My resistance existence gives me reason to sin. Just want to see my boys. Just want my boys to see mama win. There's so much more than what's in store. Poverty, self-neglect, self-denial, a born out of wedlock child, drug addiction. Reaping what we sow and going for what we know. They haven't made it clear. The Heart Association says, eat meat, the decline of health is near. We haven't been healthy in years. It's a challenge. To believe in yourself, but without it, your dreams will never take flight. Do I just give up? The fuck I look like. Head above water. This salt water got my throat burning. One day, everything took a drastic turn and she was in a place to create. She used to use her energy to masturbate. Asleep while awake and awake while sleeping, all the while dreaming of a lifestyle I do not qualify for. I don't want to qualify anymore. Lying, trying to make ends meet, crying. Father's dying in the middle of the street. Gotta stop eating meat, salmon too, pesticides or infested produce. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do now? Yeah.
Oh, the energy that you bring to it. I love it.
Let me just fast forward a little bit. Y'all forgive me. Oh, damn. Time is increasing. Trigger happy policing. Panic is spreading. Only God knows where we're headed. Da 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 dum dum da dum da dum dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum dum da dum. Credit bad, I can't get an advance, no chance. I be wanting to hide in my room and become consumed with dreams of with thoughts of my dreams succumbing to the night. The fuck I look like. I will not give up. So don't you give up. I'm usually with the paper in front of me, but I'm trying to come off of just hiding behind the paper, you know. So I just record. So forgive me on that last little part. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm an artist. So I love
I love that. I love that. You gotta. That's your quote. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm an artist.
Amen. Amen. We're always on time with what we are, just how we are. Amen. Let me see. Do I got something I haven't shared? I wrote this. I wrote this. It's kind of, yes. It's called Misery. It was one of them days, okay? Heaven is waking up to the love of your life every day. Falling asleep on his hairy chest. Believing that which was good for you and going for it. Watching and believing in your dreams. Watching them manifest. Experiencing bliss in between these pages. Heaven is an experience you can have on earth every day if you just believe it for you. Believing in true love for you and watching it manifest every morning with every new sunrise. Blessed to see the skies sunrise next to the one you love. That's bliss. Heaven. Majestic. Hell is desperately needing that which is gone. Desperately. You're honestly not aware how much you needed this, was not sure that it even existed for you or that it even existed, knowing you could have had the same bliss, finding out at the last minute it does exist, but it's 2 lifetimes away. One sunrise, you realize life would have yielded whatever you asked. Your asking scale matched your vision. And now The boat has passed. Hell is realizing all you had to do was believe in good for you, regardless of your truth. And life would have given you bliss. You counted others' bliss more valuable, far more important, a far more profitable cause. You believed someone else's dream over yours. Oh, let them have bliss. I'm deserving. I'm undeserving. Life said, okay. Oh, let them have bliss. I'm undeserving. Life said, okay. Helped someone else achieve what you are now begging life for and trying to explain to my lower me how the upper me played a part in this newfound misery. Hell is realizing that you could have had bliss had you just believed it for yourself. And it's gone. As you watch others bask in the blissfulness of matrimonies that you watered, just to find your tub dry, and you can't blame nobody but you. Life gave what you asked. It's not that there was not a boat or that it never came looking for you. You did not believe it for yourself. The boat came, but you were not ready. And now I watch atop lonely rooftops, blissful wonders I did not believe in, blissful wonders I cannot grasp, how I did not ask for mine. Had I only believed for me in my timing, life would have given me whatever I asked. Now we all suffer from my lack of self-confidence. Confidently get in the boat of your life. Never count yourself out of bliss. Never, no matter what life left you to sift through, sift it in hope for you. Never, ever count your forever out. Amen.
Yes, yes, yes. Poet Khan Ras. How you doing today?
Woo.
That was beautiful.
Man, yeah.
Hey, amazing. I like the background there. What you got there?
Oh,
The
it's
background.
from, yeah. It's a tapestry. Check that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I like it. Like, is that a little hummingbird? Is that a?
Mm-hmm. She's just hanging out, sitting on my shoulder. Check her out.
Colorful. I like the eternity symbols there. And then
Yeah, you see him.
ah, God, what great poetry! I think all of us were able to sit back and feel it in our own way, and that's important.
Amen.
Wow. So how can people follow and support your work right now who aren't familiar, who are watching right now?
My name is Erica Tilly on Facebook. I am the Poet Con Ross Fire. I'll type it in the chat for you on Instagram. Um, I am one of the host MCs, organizers for Complex Mirrors Poetry Series, and we are putting on an event this month for domestic violence. I'm looking for poets that are interested in being a part of that. Any and everyone with original pieces. If you'd like to be a part of that, please contact me. And yep, just keep being great, man. Just keep 100,000 poets for change. We gotta be about our mental health right now and self-love. Holidays are coming up. It's hard for people, emotionally, not even just financially. So we just gotta keep doing what we're doing. So love y'all.
was muted accidentally, but I was agreeing with you vehemently the whole time. I was like, yes, definitely do that. Thank you, Erica.
Heck yeah.
Love you. And also, yeah, be on the lookout. We're gonna do a feature collab. Erica will MC, and I'll take a step back and I'll do performance and stuff. Cool. All right, thank you, Erica. So we're gonna have yeah. We're gonna have Nico. I think Nico wanted to share something really quick.
Yeah, I'm like right here.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So go ahead, man.
Okay, so I just wanted to show a little, I guess, concept watercolor that I did right now because someone was saying visual arts, and I was like, I haven't used watercolor in a while. And there's an artist, I don't know where she's from, but it's like a.kind.bear. And subconsciously, when I painted this, it's like a bear conductor, and it's like a finish line of rainbow, and it's something that is from a musical company by Stephen Sondheim in one of the like most emotional songs of the show, and one of the characters says keep going, keep going. I don't know if she says it twice, but she says it once, I think. And I think it's just really important, especially after what people have said, to just keep going, you know. I just wanted to share that. It's not obviously like a finished piece or something that I would show, but I just thought, oh, let's paint something because someone said visual art. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I wanted to share. And thank you all for sharing tonight.
Cool, man. Right on, right on. That actually was a great transition from where Erica left off. I think
That was awesome.
Yeah, keep going. If you get one thing tonight from this show, you know what I'm saying? You. Yes, I'm talking to you. Keep going. Okay? Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody. Come on your mic and say it one time. Keep going. Put it in there.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. It's like some
Hey,
spirit
man.
energy.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. All right. Hey. Cool. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Nico. Yeah, you got to jump on really quick. So looking at the time here, I guess I think we're done. I'm just kidding. Next up we have Dan the Man. I just want to see your reaction. Sometimes that's all it is. Dan.
Very funny, Richie.
Do your thing, man. Dan, what you got for us today?
Okay. We got 4 from the Every Infant's Blood by Graham Duncan. Okay. All right. Is it? Damn. Give me a minute. All right. Give me a sec. Here it is. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. To be here, page 7. To be here, the words fall down as all buildings finally do. They clatter and thump, bruising or egos and rules, a chaos of cracked glyphs, glyphs, sorry, scattered bricks and bent beams to be bulldozed away or scuffled through. For bricks still whole, beams we can salvage, and bits and pieces to patch together, unusable digits, enough like fingers to call up, words going on, hands that toil and play in lexical meadows growing, waiting turnips and English daisies. From rubbles will be build cottages, then bench to rest on, thinking how good it is to be here. Quote. And page 9. Okay. And all periphery, deception, all edges, connections, sites of change, transformation, sight below sight, matters art, invisibilities, more sounds than surface, every end a start. Okay. Old Graveyard, page 11. Lovers meeting on the grass. Do not surprise. A common thysting place. Trysting place. All right. And underneath, no surprise either. A doe wandering in through a gap in the wall will find nothing amiss. She's only looking for fallen apples or a place where weeds grow tall to drop her fawn, who will know at once how to keep still, curled, small, and safe in the mortal quiet. Unquote. Okay, last one. Almond, page 13. The crow under my window. This is the last day of summer. Will do. The strong sun glossing his blackness as he struts on the season's thick mat of green. He's fated to survive. But how dark his sheen, how taunting his tongue. I would prefer to see the grounded armadillo, thoroughly plated, delicately eared and snouted. He too made to endure, quietly rooting there, wearing his armor lightly, but the crow will do. Okay, that's all 4 poetries. Every Infant's Blood, new and selected by Graham Duncan. So, all right, how is it, Richie?
Cool, man. I jammed along. It was nice to jam along too.
Thank you. All right, just want to let you know. Yeah, thank you, kid. All right, yeah, I just want to let you know. Yeah, I just got off work around 9, and here I was about an hour and a half ago. So here I am. So don't worry, guys. All right. Well, I just want to let you know. Oh, great. Keep on laughing. Just want to let you know next Monday. I know I don't know what about that change is going on, but I will have a birthday tribute ready for. You're about to find out at the after party. I guess you already know who that is. Okay, and next Monday, Richie at the after party, I'd like to capture the birthday shout out to you know who.
I don't know who, but okay.
All right, I'll let you know next. I'll let you know next Monday. All right, so next Monday will be a birthday tribute. Well, you're about to find out next Monday. Okay, guys. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Oh yeah, Nico Silva. You just mentioned the El Paso and Spotty Hunger. Yeah, back back a year ago or 2 years ago, I was at every April to August, we always have this State Line Music Series hosted by Rudolph, and every single Monday we benefited the El Paso and Fighting Hunger. For those, bring in the cans or whatever you donate, whatever you can, and that's what we do. Every dollar makes 7 meals, or you know what I mean, Nico? Nico?
Yeah, it's fine,
Thank-
man. We
Thanks
get
for the
it.
shout out.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah. So, I wish even if the coronavirus does not exist, we would still have the State Line Music Series. And and we would still support the El Paso and Fighting Hunger to help benefit that one. So, all right. Well, again, thanks for the mention, Nico. Thank you. Okay. All right. Again, find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Find Dan the Bands Weekly on YouTube. And get back to you, Richie. And see you guys next Monday for.
Oh, I was playing you out. Sorry. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
And I'll see you guys next Monday for the birthday tribute. You're about to find out next Monday. Okay, back to you, Richie. Play me out, please.
Guess what? It's someone who has a birthday.
Let me guess, Dominique. Happy birthday, Dominique.
Is it me?
Wait.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's Kit. Yeah, it's totally Kit. Dan, you have to do a birthday tribute for Kit, okay?
You're running out of time, man. Got it.
It's happening now. Since
Wait, is your birthday on the 13th? Is your birthday on the 13th?
The 16th.
The 16th.
Close enough. Do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
No, not right now. You have to do a whole. You have to do a poetry series.
I want the whole. I want the package deal, man. I want the poem. I want the whole thing. I want you to bother strangers who don't know me about me. I want the deluxe Dan the Man birthday package.
The gift basket.
The gift basket. Well, oh man, it has to be. It has to be ahead of time. I'll have to wait until next year for the birthday tribute.
You have a whole week, man. You have a whole week. You got time.
But I already got schedule. I already am full schedule ahead. I just got a new job working at Dollar Tree and a lot of things have been going on. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I expect a birthday tribute for Kit next week.
Okay. Well, let me try. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. But what kind of a birthday tribute? I need a. Well,
like any other kind.
I'm pulling. Yeah, because there's no way I could pull a double duty on. Because I
want a video of people I've never met telling me happy birthday.
Yes, that's as per tradition.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Dominique. Happy birthday. Yes. And yeah, I did a birthday shout out to Dominique. Yes, and yes, your birthday's coming. It's gonna be on the next blog. Your birthday shout out, and yeah, let me find. I'll tell you what. Let me just try to. Let me try to do a poetry.
You know, by the way, this is not the after party, so like the show's still. This is still live stream, guys.
Yes.
And it gets wild. It gets wild at the after party. It's all over the place. But Dominique made her way back in the chat just to flex on Kit. Huh? Is that how it is? Like I was first. Anyway, thanks, Dan. You need to get more birthday tributes out to the lovely gentlemen of our group too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll do a poetry for Kit. How about that? Next Monday.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Oh, besides, I know he's got the perfect attendance, but I know I attended late because I had to work.
It's in your permanent record now.
Yeah.
You were late. I logged it. The principal
Yeah,
sees
I
it
gave
now.
you a heads up because I told you I had to work.
Yeah, you like called me, texted me, Facebook messaged me, Instagram messaged me, Twittered me. Like you got me. You covered all the grounds. Don't worry, I got the message.
Thank you, Dominique.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Richie.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Cool. Can you guys hear me right now? I
hear you.
Another microphone, and I'm gonna try something here. How's the sound? Okay, so my mic just fell onto the table.
Kind of low.
Yes, because I have not adjusted anything yet. So yeah, my point was I'm gonna try something here now. I will definitely kind of depend on you guys on the Zoom chat to kind of direct me in terms of sound. This thing is, hold on. Oh man, where's Ice? So a couple of weeks back, Ice came through. Let's see. Check. Okay, so give me a second, guys. Okay. So this is my voice right now. I'm using an amp right here. Can you guys, how's the sound? Give me thumbs up, down, if the volume needs to be increased, just do one of these. Decreased one of these. I'm going off of Zoom right now. It's decent. Okay. I got my main mic here I'm using for Zoom. And then I got this amp right here. This is connected to an app. Check. 1 2 1 2. Too loud? Okay, you give me a thumbs up. Okay. No, you give me a literal okay.
Not enough spin.
Not enough spin? All right. How is that? A little closer, a little louder. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong people. People are just staring at the screen. Yeah, I got a perf. Okay, I got a perf from Christine. That's all I ever needed. Okay. How's that bass? Yeah, you can hear. Okay. It's on the I got the mic on the table. I'm gonna get better at this, but I'm gonna try out a piece to end the night, pretty much, and all the craziness. Oh no. Okay. Thank you guys for the help. Yeah. Check it out. What it's all about. Check it out. Sound check. 1 2 1 2. So I'm using a vocal looper for this. Most of you guys already know that. And yeah, this is just some stuff I'm gonna work with. So I like to loop. I like to sample my voice, beatbox, harmonize. And I'm not really that great of a beatboxer or a singer, but I realized a long time ago that that's not gonna hold me back. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Yeah, yo, sit back and take a listen. Metaphorical music is on a mission because movement is rhythm and rhythm is life. Our hearts write the music, the drum is our dojo, set our bodies to the beat and just let it go. We let it flow on the instrumental. Yo, microphone check. Microphone check to my 915. We can kick it to the beat of the Chico jive. So we may move to the groove of our dreams and desires. Let us wake up, step up, shout out and inspire. Spit fire into microphones. Perspire into groove zones. Then the page of stage in front of yourself, you're not alone. And find a home to these dusty bones. Cause movement is rhythm and rhythm is life. Yo, it's sunken over notebooks and midnight scribbles, imbibing to muse the muse of these melancholy hues. In gibberish writ, we'll have the right to choose love over lust, trust over rust. From stardust to we must freedom now and forever, forever. For if words can hurt, they can also heal. As a lover of language, it was revealed. We sling the linguistic freeform storm born in the synapses. A synopsis of hospice, we got this. Yeah, you know how we kick it, getting wicked with that beat and that melody. There's that remedy for the music, the movement, the moment. We know this intelligence and elegance is simply what we'll own this. Coming to you now with that boom bap. Cause we want justice, we want it now. Ain't no time for clowning around. So gather your people and march in your town, let them learn and churn you for something with meaning. We're seething. If we're angry about the world, keep it coming, keep it coming on. If we're angry about the world, keep it coming on. Let them hear you roar, let them feel you more. Strike your fist down, strike your foot down, raise your fist up, point it to the sky and fly. Up, 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 and the way for la causa the people, mi gente, we meant it, now roar. As we come around the band once more, we keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Yo, it's a whirlwind of emotion. Pick up your pen and catch that swirl of cotton candy, cacophonies of chaos and cosmos, of poetry juxtaposed in perpendicular prose. Cause we're polyrhythmic, multisyllabic, tragic, nomadic, interdimensional beings of supreme sound and silence, of light, energy, and hesitation. Yo, we arose to transpose, deconstruct, to decompose, and lose yourself in the heart of the art that you chose. Cause we want the women, we want it now, there's just no time for moving around. We want justice, we want it now, there's just no time for clowning around. Cause we want justice, we want it now, ain't no time for clowning around. Check, 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 check it out. Check, 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 check. All right, so I guess that came out okay enough. Okay, cool. People didn't turn off their screens and log off. You know, not everyone, I guess. Some people did, but it's late too. I'm gonna blame that instead. Yeah, I'll try one more. Yeah, this is my looper. I'm gonna try and do this a little bit more often. I'm gonna just mic up my amp. That might be the best way to do it. It's a little Bluetooth speaker that I have, and yeah, it might do the job. Let's see what else do I got. Oh, I'm so rusty on all this. Damn. Yeah, my timing is way off on this. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna work on this and get better for you guys. Pedal to the floor, no radio, thoughts and surround sound, stereo blasting. Went 2 bars in his head, ain't right, so revise, rewrite, and remember her reaction to the first song written where she was the subject, and how her face turned red like the sunset in his rear view as he hits the interstate, listening to art that is life imitates art, imitates life, imitates art. Sometimes it's hard to tell where one ends and the other starts, especially when you're an artist. But you know words fall short, but you're still using them regardless. Yo, he writes the verses in his head, spits them to the wind over and over again with no beat, half a hook written to it. Now he only hopes that she'll listen to it, even though halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. Halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. He was an an amateur philosopher and part-time MC. She liked to do on the leaves and shimmer in the sunrise every Saturday. Should have come as no surprise, she'd eventually evaporate. And he didn't know what to make of her at first. And bit by accident, he started painting her in verse. And she'd appear in the margins of notebooks, in between lines of poetry and logic formulas. And when they started close enough, for the first time sparks flew when they both opened up. Philosophy and poetry and music spilling out into the grass at the park, where they laughed after dark just to soak in the moonlight and bask in the stars. He shakes his head and he's back in his car, freestyling out loud to keep from crying. To 95, halfway to the horizon, even though halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. Halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. She couldn't understand the paradox when he attempted to explain it that day, that between every point A and every point B is an infinite series of halfways, and mathematically all movement is just an illusion. She knew it wasn't true though, she said that she could prove it. She moved in, they closed their eyes and they kissed. The uniformity of nature crumbled in between the lips. He knew it wasn't possible, it couldn't exist, but he preferred reality like this. And when she left, he didn't know what was real or true, but he knew was what he had to do. So he'll pretend that the smile on her lips exists and seem to make some sense from this sadness, and moving from infinity, trying to move to the darkness. Halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. Halfway as far as he can get, deep down he knows, but he still got his hands on the wheel, foot on the accelerator, eyes on the road. From stardust to we must, freedom now and forever, forever, forever. All right, I'm gonna end with that. I will end with that, I think. Cool.
Applause. That was
Cool.
nice, Richie.
That was a jam.
Appreciate that. I can't wait.
Very funny. Why is the joke? Richie did an excellent performance. That was grateful, Richie. Thank you.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dan. There's a joke. I'll find it. It's probably fun. I'm gonna work on doing more of those things. At some point. I got to figure out like the right sound setup. That one was kind of cool. So what I did is I used this mic that I use for the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
On the amp. There's an amp right here. Wait, there's an amp right here. Anyway, I don't know. I'll figure it. Whatever. Yo, but it was a really fun show. We probably went a little longer than we needed to, but we had an awesome show. If you guys can, I know we did the whole live thing, but it's gonna be on YouTube a little later. I mean, probably now. Like once I end the live stream. I do want to thank everyone who did tune in at some point. I want to give a shout out to the church. The guys from the church, Frank Luna, Gabriel Fernandez. I know you guys have been watching the last couple of weeks, and you've been letting me know. So you guys got fans. When you come here and perform, people are listening in, they're watching, and hopefully that leads to something. Just to hang out. So I think for now, if you guys want to unmute and just say bye to everyone, thanks for tuning in, thanks for joining us, and performers.
Thanks,
We'll
everyone.
see you next week, pals.
Adios. See you next Monday. All right.
Don't forget, next Monday is going to be a special event, though. All right, so I'm really looking forward to it. And what else? We should probably we should come up with a closing song. Like Lamb Chop did it very well, like the song that never ends. And we don't have to do that, I'm glad you got that one, Dan.
Okay, I get this kid.
No, we don't need that. It's too late. It's stuck in your head. Ha! Gotcha.
Well
All right.
done.
Yeah, but thanks for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate you guys. I love everyone that performed tonight. This couldn't happen without you guys. So for the live stream, stay at open mic, Barbed open mic series. My name is Richie Marufo. You can follow me on Instagram, Deadwall Reveries. I will see you guys next week. Peace. Later.
Adios.